Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime. You are here with Miss Alyssa at the Poquoson Public Library, and I want to thank you all for joining me today. We are going to have an excellent story time today, and if you caught my pun, it is egg themed. So we're gonna have some fun songs and some fun books, and we're gonna celebrate eggs today. All right, so first we're gonna start with our hello song. So this one, as always, is hello friends. So the sign for hello is hello friends, and then it's time to say hello. So we're gonna do that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends. It's time to say hello. All right, and we're going to continue learning some more sign language. And so we're going to learn the sign for eggs today. So it's really easy. So what you're going to do is have your pointer finger and your middle finger together, and then on each hand, and you're going to bring them, put one on top of the other, just like this. And then to do the sign for eggs, it's kind of like you're cracking an egg. So you're going to open up your hand and then kind of swoop them down. So cross your 2 fingers on top of each other and then open up that egg. So that is the sign for eggs. All right, so we learned egg. So first song we're gonna sing is Humpty Dumpty. So do we know this tale of Humpty Dumpty where he's an egg and he sits on the wall and then he falls and then he has a big crack and then the king's men and horses couldn't put him back together again? You know that one? Okay, well, we're gonna sing it, and this one goes, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. We're gonna sing that one more time. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Oh no, poor Humpty. Well, we're going to read a book about Humpty Dumpty and what happens after the fall, and that is the title of the book, After the Fall by Dan Santet. And we want to thank Roaring Book Press for letting us read this book today. So let's see what happens when he falls and what happens afterwards, because I don't think the song talks about what happens, huh? All right, let's see. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past the wall every day and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day, I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. Oh no, what happened? They always do. His bird flew over the wall. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time, until I was no longer afraid. Look at Humpty Dumpty. He's on the wall again. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Uh-oh. Crack. Crack. He's cracking. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. He has wings. He turned into a bird and learned to fly. The end. So Humpty got over his fear of heights and falling, and he turned into a beautiful bird. So this is a good story about overcoming your fears. And sometimes big things can happen and it can be really scary, but if you just keep trying and be patient, you can get back up. All right, that was after the fall. That was a fun, nice story. Okay, so our next song is I Wish I Were a Teeny Tiny Egg. So this is sung to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. So we're gonna pretend we're teeny tiny eggs. So can we make little egg shapes with our hands? And we're gonna wish we were a teeny tiny egg. And then we would roll around and around, rolling all on the ground. I wish I were a teeny tiny egg. If you want to, you can roll around on the ground when we sing it. Just make sure you don't roll into anybody or anything. But if you want to actually become a little egg, go ahead. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I wish I were a teeny tiny egg. Oh, I wish I were a teeny tiny egg. I would roll and roll around, rolling all around the ground. Oh, I wish I were a teeny tiny egg. We're gonna sing that one more time. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I wish I were a teeny tiny egg. Oh, I wish I were a teeny tiny egg. I would roll and roll around, rolling all around the ground. Oh, I wish I were a teeny tiny egg. All right. So the next song we're gonna sing is I'm a Little Chickie. So this is sung to I'm a Little Teapot. And this one is I'm a little chickie. So we're gonna crouch inside our eggs. So we're gonna get really small, ready to hatch. So let's make ourselves chickies into our eggs. And then we're gonna be pecking at our shell. And we're gonna peck, 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 peck at our shell. And we're gonna scratch, scratch, scratch at our shell. When I crack it open, out I'll jump. So when we say out I'll jump, you're gonna jump up and we're gonna fluff our feathers and we're gonna cheep, cheep, cheep. All right, you ready to do this? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm a little chickie ready to hatch, pecking at my shell, scratch, scratch, scratch. When I crack it open, out I'll jump, fluff my feathers, cheep, cheep, cheep. Let's do that one again. You ready? That one was fun, so let's do it again. Remember all of the motions that we're gonna do. Okay, ready? I'm a little chickie ready to hatch, pecking at my shell, scratch, scratch, scratch. When I crack it open, out I'll jump, fluff my feathers, cheep, cheep, cheep. That one was a fun song. And now we have one more book to read, and this one is The Good Egg. And this is written by Jory John and illustrated by Pete Oswald. And we want to thank HarperCollins for letting us read this book today. Alrighty, so this is Oh, let's find out what his egg is, what his name is. He is a good egg. Oh, hello. I was just rescuing this cat. Know why? Because I'm a good egg. A very good egg. It's true. I do all kinds of good things, like I'll carry your groceries, I'll water your plants, I'll change your tires, I'll paint your house. If you need any help whatsoever, I'm your egg. I've always been a good egg. It's been this way from the start, even in my earliest days, back at the store. There were a dozen of us living together under one recycled roof. There was Meg, and Peg, and Greg, and Clegg, and Shell, and Shelly, and Sheldon, and Shelby, and Egbert, and Frank, and other Frank. The other 11 eggs weren't on their best behavior. They weren't exactly good. They ignored their bedtime. They only ate sugary cereal. They threw tantrums. They cried for no reason. They broke their stuff on purpose. Meanwhile, I tried to take charge. I tried to fix their bad behavior. I tried to keep the peace because I was a good egg. A very good egg. Nobody seemed to care though. Every night I was exhausted. My head felt scrambled. Then one fateful morning I noticed some cracks in my shell. Yikes! They were everywhere! My doctor said it was from all the pressure I was putting on myself. The pressure of making sure everybody was as good as me. I was cracking up. Literally! Something had to change. I'd had enough. I told Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelly and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank that I was leaving. I can't be the only good egg in a bad carton, I said. Blah, 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 they replied. And so I left that night. I wandered from town to town. The hours became days. Days became weeks. I lost track of time. I was alone. Out there on the road under the stars, I really tried to focus on myself and what I needed. I took walks. I read books. I floated in the river. I wrote in my journal. I found simple moments to be quiet. I breathed in. I breathed out. I even started painting. For once, I found time for me. And guess what? Little by little, the cracks in my shell started to heal. My head no longer felt scrambled. I started to feel like myself again. So I made a big decision. I'm returning to my old carton and my friends. Besides, I'm kind of lonely out here. This time, I know what I need to do. I'll try not to worry so much. I'll be good to my fellow eggs while also being good to myself. Here we go. Everybody missed me. I missed them too. Hello, Meg. Howdy, Peg. Hey, Greg. Greetings, Clegg. What's up, Shell? Aloha, Shelly. Heyo, Sheldon. Hi, Shelby. Good day, Egbert. What's happening, Frank? Howdy do, other Frank? Sure, every once in a while, somebody's still a little bit bad. But it's not like before. Here's what I realized. The other eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. And I'm okay with that. Yep, the old carton is back together. We are a solid dozen again. It's good to be home. The end. That was The Good Egg. So this one's about, not everybody has to be good all the time, and it's okay to sometimes be bad as long as you take time to focus on yourself and be happy. Alrighty, so that is it for our story time today. I hope you had a good time reading about eggs and singing some egg songs. maybe you'll eat some eggs this weekend for breakfast. All right, so we're gonna sing our goodbye song. So it's the same as our hello song, but instead of hello, we're gonna say goodbye. All right, we ready? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.